And here we are. I am Nathan Lyttle, Bachelor of University Studies major here at Morehead State University, and this is my 2018 Capstone project for the fall semester. It has been a long, winding road. Just to introduce myself, I'm now an educator, a high school teacher at Perry County Central High School. In 2005, I graduated from Perry County Central High School and enrolled in Morehead State University immediately. It's been a long and winding road since then, more than a decade later, and here I am finally finishing up this college journey. Full-time college student, full-time job, another job on the side, family, kids. It's been a wild semester, but this project, I will be taking all of the things that I have learned throughout my college and professional career and imparting that in some kids. We'll be making content for our website, for our social media channels, and possibly for some traditional forms of media like television. Starting off with our school's athletic page, we have a really successful athletic program at Perry County Central High School. We've been working to spotlight that all year long, and we've been doing some great things. We'll get into that a little bit later. Something else we're doing with this project is creating media for a YouTube channel that will not only help the students here at Perry County Central, but hopefully help students all over the country. We're filming the teachers that are at any level in our school, the grade school teachers, the high school teachers. We want to film them, put the lessons together, and make them available on YouTube. So that means that the kids go home, they need a little refresher on their homework, they can go to these YouTube videos and see what was said in class again. If you missed school, you can go back and look at those. If you're a parent that just needs a little bit of help with helping your own children with their homework, you can go in there and look at these as well. And if you're a teacher and you want to see some high-level instruction, you can do that. We're working on a documentary, and our project it's broad in scope. It's very wide. So as you look into all the things that we're doing here, a lot of them are in progress. A lot of them are not. Some of them are finished, and I'm going to show you some of those as we go on through this video presentation. But there's some that are still in progress, and we'll show you where we're at on those. The YouTube channel is one of those that is still in progress, but we got a little bit of work done on it. And then finally, a documentary that will be about the 2003 to 2004 basketball season at Perry County Central High School. My kids are working on that. They've got a lot of excitement generated about that documentary. A lot of folks have agreed to interview on that. A lot of folks have agreed to. We've got WYMT Television, WSGS Radio. They have agreed to give us some footage to use from the archive. So it's going to be a pretty cool project. 2003, 2004. I was there for that, so it's kind of near and dear to my heart as well. But it's going to be fun, and we're going to take all those and present them at the Kentucky STLP Student Technology Leadership Program showcases. We've already showcased them locally, but here in a few weeks in December, we're going to showcase those regionally at Pikeville. And as for a need or problems that this project addresses, it doesn't really address them directly. It's more of a big picture thing, so to speak, when you're talking about what we want to accomplish here. Perry County Central High School and the Perry County School District is a district that was hit hard by the decline of the coal industry from 2011 to 2015. Coal in Perry County, according to a study by the Kentucky Department of Revenue, went down 50% from 2011 to 2015. That means revenue that was taxed on that coal severance tax dollars also were cut in half. If we can make videos, if we can make something that attracts people from out of here that are looking for a place to call their home, a good school, a good community for their kids, and we can for lack of a better term, lure them to Perry County School District, that's going to help. It's going to help everybody. And Perry County Schools is just a great place to be. I'm not saying it because I work there and I went to school there. There's just a lot of great things going on, and that is what we're spotlighting in all these videos. So, I needed a goal statement for this project, and just so happens the STLP showcase that my students were working on, required them to make a mission statement. And I'm going to read that for you guys. We will leverage 21st century tools and technology to promote our school and community. Our engaging content will reach people on multiple traditional and social media platforms. And that kind of is a good baseline for us to start with, but each and every thing we do with this project is going to have its own goals, underlying set of tasks we hope to accomplish, and an end result. So when we're talking about our school's athletic Facebook page that we're working to spotlight, that you might think, okay, well, yeah, you're just creating engaging content, but no, we're trying to attract students. We're trying to, and not just athletes. That athletes will see, well, I'm an 8th grader looking to where I want to go to high school at, and they've got a pretty good athletic program. No, we want to attract kids interested in media. If you want to make videos like this, if you want to be a part of something like this, if you want to just feel the atmosphere at an athletic event that we're spotlighting in one of our videos, you want to be a part of that. So that's one of the goals there with our YouTube channel. The big thing there is educators and students. You can see these videos and you want to be a part of Perry County Schools. You want to be a part of what's going on here. You want to have your kids to have the opportunity to go home, and if they need some help, the help is right at their fingertips. A lot of folks have one of these. A cell phone. A student can go home, pull up their cell phone, pull up the YouTube video, and relearn some content maybe they've forgotten. So that's a big deal. And when it comes to our STLP showcase that we're going to be broadcasting and letting everybody see at the regional showcase and at the state level here in a few weeks, that's going to be about carrying on the tradition of excellence at Perry Central and Perry County Schools. And it is about our engaging content and doing all the things we've talked about. But Perry County Schools is the only school in the state of Kentucky to be a 3-time STLP state champion. Our school district, a 3-time state champion. That's the only school in Kentucky, and I can't stress enough how much it means to continue that tradition of excellence and possibly bring home number 4. And my guide supervisor along the way here is Mike Smith, the district technology coordinator at Perry County Schools. He's been helpful all along the way, and I wish I could say that I sought him out and I said, Mike, I got to get you to help me. But actually it was more of a Mike found me kind of situation. When I first started as an educator this August, we had a meeting at the Board of Education just for all the new teachers to come in and meet the district personnel and the folks at the Board of Education. But after it was over with, it wasn't over for me. Mike pulled me aside and said, hey, I'd really want you to be the STLP sponsor. I think your program, your media arts program, could be a good fit for us. So I really didn't think I had time for it. And then I was racking my brain a few weeks later, and I'm coming up against it. I'm needing to find a project, a capstone project for this very class, MSU 499, and around that time Mike sent an email, said, hey, have you given any more thought to this? And it just kind of clicked. The light bulb went off. Hey, I can do both of these. I can help out the folks at our district. I can help achieve some personal goals of mine. Like I said, I want to be at the district level doing communication stuff. This is an opportunity to kind of get my foot in the door, and I need this capstone project. So it was kind of a no-brainer there, and I just said, Mike, well, hey, if I do this for you, will you be my mentor in this project? And he said yes, and we hit the ground running. Time and money, that's what it all comes down to so often. Luckily, we didn't have to worry much about money, but time was a pretty big deal. As I've mentioned multiple times, I've got my hands full. Time is of the essence. Time is precious. but we made it work. Whatever it took to make it work, we made it happen. I could delegate some stuff to my kids. They could help out a lot. We met weekly on Monday evenings and as late as they could stay. And as far as money, we didn't need a lot. The school furnished us a big presentation board. You can take a look at that here. And they also gave us a television we can use at the regional showcase. So there's plenty of money that we didn't have. We didn't have any money that they took care of. And as for the plan, it's something when time is precious. Thinking ahead is always a big deal, and delegating things is always a big deal. The first of every week, the district's athletic director, Eddie Browning, he would send me an email that had all the games and all the athletic events that we're covering for the week. And I could give those to my kids and say, hey guys, I need a graphic on this. If we want to do a video on this, let's plan a time to get that done. That way, I was kind of the go-between between the athletics department and the STLP team. So when the school needed something done, when the athletic department needed something done, they'd tell me, and I would kind of decide how that goes. When you're working with high schoolers, you're working with kids. If I left it up to them and I said, well, Mr. Browning, just send that to them and they'll take care of it, chances are not a lot would have gotten done. So me working as that go-between helped well in that sense. And it was all about focusing on one thing at a time. So we focused on creating content until 2 weeks before our local showcase was ready, and then the last couple of weeks there, we got together our presentation for that. We're back to creating content, and 2 weeks before our regional showcase, we're going to put together our presentation for that. And we'll build, and we've got a lot of it that we'll use the same from the local showcase, but we're always building. And then the same thing if we move on from regional competition to statewide competition. Probably the last month or so, we're going to be working on a big time presentation for that. That won't be until April, so we got a little bit of time, but gotta use it wisely. Spend that time wisely, and that's our plan. Just focusing on one thing at a time, making sure everybody knows what to do, and just staying on top of everything. To say that this project evolved is definitely an understatement. It grew in ways that I never thought it would grow. I was really confident we were just going to make stuff for the Facebook page, and that would be it, because that would be all anybody would really be looking for from us. And I can remember getting a phone call from the assistant superintendent, Christy Gorman, saying, hey Mr. Lyttle, I'd really like if we could put together a YouTube channel that features our teachers teaching, and gave me the entire spiel about it, and I kind of did the same thing I did with Mike Smith earlier in the year. I said, I'll think about it, and then went on because I was busy. I was doing my Capstone project. I had so many things on my plate, and when Mike Smith and I were talking later about how to succeed with this project, he said, well, we need to think a little bigger, because right now we're just focusing on our school, our community, but we need to broaden it. We need to think statewide. We need to think nationwide, global even. And I said, well, what if we had a YouTube channel that kids could go to and learn when they're not at school? And he said, well, that's a great idea. And I said, well, it's not my idea. Someone asked me to do it, and I told them no, basically. But we can go back and we can revisit that. As for how I would evaluate this project, I just can't say enough that I'm proud of what my students have done, proud of what we've been able to accomplish this year, especially given the thought that I never thought that I'd be able to do anything. At the start of this semester, I thought maybe dropping a class and finishing school during the winter semester or winter term or maybe even next semester, just because I was so overwhelmed. But I'm glad we stuck with it and saw what we've been able to do. And earlier this year, someone left a comment on our Facebook page, and I want to share that with you guys, as this is the stuff that really, really sticks out to me. As a football mom, I commend all who work to make this available and work hard to maintain it. And that's the stuff right there that I really appreciate. People taking the time out of their day to let us know that they appreciate what we've been doing and what we've done.